Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I haven't been on to talk in a while because I really couldn't think of anything I wanted to talk about, and I've had some other stuff going on. But the conversation I had yesterday triggered this thought process for today's video, which is I wanted to expand on the collateral damage of alienation. But hold on, I forgot something. Give me a second. Okay, so the collateral damage is what I talked about the last time. So the people in my life who also suffered the consequences of the alienation, and they were also alienated. And so today I want to talk about what happens when the narcissistic abuser or the narcissistic partner, when they turn your children against you. They have to dehumanize you in order for that to happen. I mean, they have to, strip away even just your humanity. So forget about taking away your motherhood or your fatherhood, because that happens. But they also dehumanize you. So my children treat me worse than I think they treat any other human being in their life, because I know that's not who they are. But the way they treat me, it's like I'm not a person worthy of dignity or respect. And I'm going to talk about some things, because what happens is you love your children, instinctively love them. But if a stranger were to have done some of the things that specifically my daughter has done to me, I would never speak to that person again. But yet I have found it in my heart to and keep space for her, and I'm just venting about whether or not I should. Um, so one thing that happened, I'll tell you. So my daughter and my son were alienated from me, so they don't know the child that I had after the relationship. So I got remarried because, and of course, I, anyways, I got remarried and I had another child. That daughter does not, youngest daughter does not know um, her siblings, because they were alienated from me and obviously from her. So they don't know her. They have seen her maybe, my son has seen her twice in his life, and she's 19 years old now and he's in his 30s. And his sister has seen her more times because we reconnected, and so she was around. But prior to us reconnecting, she had not seen her, maybe just the same two times. But prior to my daughter and I reconnecting, she spent a lot of time around my father and his family, and that is a family that I was scapegoated. So, and I haven't gotten into that whole story yet. I will, but I am no contact with that family, and so that's why my daughter felt comfortable in that space, because they are not family that I am in communication with for reasons that are definitely valid. Um, and so while she was in that space, she, I guess, I don't know hold on, let me refocus my thought. Okay, I left off where I was saying that my daughter was very comfortable around my father's family that I have been estranged from or have gone no contact with for valid reasons. I was the scapegoat in that family, and I'll talk more about that at another time. Oh my God, the flies. So yeah, so there was a situation. So I've the situation with my father and his family, and specifically with the siblings that I have with from him. So they are, the siblings that I have there just have been very, very vindictive and just hateful towards me. So there was a situation that took place, and my there was an allegation made. So all the way from Canada, somebody called Child Protective Services in the U.S. against my daughter's father, my husband, and said that he was being inappropriate with her. And this involved the police and a whole investigation. As soon as the allegation came to me and I realized what they were saying, I said, I definitely um, participated in the investigation, but I did say, listen, I know exactly where this is coming from, because of a situation that had just happened with my sister. I automatically knew that she did it out of, being vindictive. And so I explained what was going on. The police did their investigation and in turn also concluded that she made this allegation in retaliation for the situation that was going on at the time. And so they, dismissed whatever they were saying, and she actually even got a warning about making false allegations like that. And, at the time I was like, that, what a horrible thing for her to do, because to say something like that about my daughter, that obviously they would have to question her about her own father being, inappropriate with her. And she had no idea why someone would do that to her. Fast forward, I'm reconnected with my daughter a few years later, because that would have happened probably in 20, oh, sorry, excuse me, that would have happened in 20, I would say maybe, I don't know, 2017-ish. I reconnected with my daughter in 2020. So while we were talking and I was just kind of filling her in on things about my life, I mentioned that situation about my sister because I was trying to warn her again to stay away from that side of my family. And as I was telling her about what my sister did, what I thought my sister did, my daughter actually admitted to me that she was the one who made that phone call. But she said she did it based on information that my father and his family had given her. So she called Child Protective Services or initiated a process that would have resulted in Child Protective Services investigating her sister, a sister that she does not know, she's met twice, and based on information that she received from my father and his family, who she knows I'm estranged from. I didn't know what to do with that information, besides take it in and forgive her for that, because I knew she was in an environment that would encourage her to do that. But that's just one story of many stories I could give you about the things that she has done to me. And there comes a point where I love my daughter, but I just wonder, do I still like her? Because I don't think she likes me. I don't know. But I just wanted to say that. I'll probably tell a couple more stories about some of the things that have happened over the years, because again, she was taught to hate me, so it's hard to blame her, because I feel that, and some people may not agree with that because she's an adult, but it's really hard for me to 100% blame her, because somebody taught her to dehumanize me and not even look at me as her mother. I've watched her interact with other human beings, and I just don't think that she's naturally like that. I just think that she's just been given permission to see me as someone not worthy of dignity or respect. And that is the result of being around a narcissist who is using her as a pawn to hurt me. Anyway, that's it. That's all I have to share today. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for listening. As always, if anything resonates with you, subscribe, and I'm going to continue telling my story as I feel convicted. Have a great day.